Finally, my first masterclass is here. Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. For many years, guys, you've been telling me, hey Alessandro, you've been giving us through all this time such an amazing content, amazing animation tutorial and everything, right? But when you're gonna give us something more advanced, right? Something more combat related, where we can push and you can teach us about keyframe animation, where to push those poses and to improve the timing and stuff like that, all right? So finally have the time to do it, and that's what I'm gonna present today. But just for the sake of honesty, guys, I want to tell you that this premium content is not for free, so you're not going to find it on my channel for free. But what can I guarantee you is that with the content this masterclass, you will learn 10 times more compared to all the other content you'll be having for free on my channel, okay? So what I'm going to share with you in this video are the following. First of all, how you can purchase this masterclass. Second, exactly what kind of content you will find in this masterclass. I will tell you exactly in details, one by one, every single piece of content. And third, who is the target for this masterclass, right? You're probably wondering if this is too advanced for you or maybe too basic, so I'm gonna answer all those questions, right? First of all, guys, if you want to have access to this tutorial, you need to contact me through LinkedIn, all right? I will leave the link to my profile here in the comments, right? So just make sure you click that one and you contact directly with me. Guys, I know all over the internet there are a lot of people creating fake profiles, so make sure you really use the link I'm providing here in the description. So, second things, I want to tell you exactly what you're gonna find in this tutorial. So I divided this tutorial in multiple sections. The first one you're gonna see is how did I sketch the idea, alright? So basically, I have to come up with small sketches, like doing little thumbnails, where I wanted to explore a little bit and come up with the direction of this whole idea. I didn't go very in details with the drawing and everything, because I wanted to do something very quickly, just to explore the direction and see where my animation was going. After that, what I decided to do, I basically decided to use a simple box to create basically the performance of the animation. Once I'm happy with this step, I go back to the sketch and I wanted to refine those poses, because as I mentioned at the beginning, I want to do something rough and quickly, but now it's time for me to come up with a proper design for those poses. This is a very crucial moment, especially if you're doing keyframe animation, right? Where you basically want to craft those poses and make them look good as possible. You don't have to be extremely good in drawings, but at least having those concepts of silhouette, line of action, and be able to come up with idea and makes those poses to look very appealing. After this one, it's very important that we move away from the box and we start actually to poses our 3D character. And so obviously when I went for the main blocking, I go and block the main key poses, the main action, the main breakdown. And obviously I'm gonna use as a reference all the poses that I did in the previous step to craft them and make sure they look as good as possible, all right? Especially also in other things, you wanna make sure that they look very good with the rig that you decide to use. After the entire sequence is blocked out, usually I like to do a second pass of blocking, what I call blocking plus, where I go very deep in details with all the in-between spacing and timing, where I work a lot more on the easy in, easy out. I still like to stay in step mode during these phases, because let me really work on those poses a lot better, and you're gonna see that I really take care of it every single in-between. Once all of this is done and now my timing is a lot more accurate, the action is a lot more accurate, I decide obviously to go straight to polish, where I can really push the quality of the animation to the next level. I'm gonna add a squash stretch, I clean up the arc, the timing, adjust the timing a little bit more, adding overshoot wherever is needed, extending some moving gold, maybe some part I wanted to make them a little bit more snappy, and basically all those details are gonna bring the animation to the final quality that you're seeing in the video. When I first recorded this masterclass, guys, I had something about 38 hours of content, so I kind of obviously to edit it and squeeze it, cut some part here and there to make it more visible for you, right? Or else nobody wants to watch almost 40 hours content. And so what this means that some part I speed it up, okay, and maybe talking over the tutorial to let you watch a little bit faster. Some parts were not that very interesting, I removed them entirely, but I make sure, guys, that all the interesting bits are exactly there. but I'm very confident that this is gonna help you to push your skill on the next level, and this is also gonna help you to solve all those problems that sometimes you can occur in animation when, for example, you know what, the reference is not good enough to showcase your idea, right? You cannot always have a reference that perfectly mimic your animation, your intention, right? You need to use your keyframe skills sometimes, right? And this is where a tutorial like this can really help you. Maybe another case where the style of the animation is very push, is very exaggerated or very cartoony, well, a reference doesn't really help in any of those cases, right? So what can you do? You cannot just give up. Well, you need to use your keyframe skill to craft those poses, those timing, all right? Or overall come up with a brilliant idea that you can execute no matter what, right? Now you're probably wondering who is the target for this tutorial. Well guys, if you know my channel, you know I've been teaching a lot about to study the reference, you know, sometimes learning animation as a basic, as a student, following those reference and analyzing that, right? So obviously the aim of this tutorial is to teach you to go beyond that, as we talk about it until now, right? You want to go beyond the reference and learn how to craft your poses, craft your idea from zero, right? So in order to do that, obviously you need to already have some good knowledge about body mechanics, right? So if you already have an intermediate level when it comes to body mechanics, you're able to do a simple parkour shot and stuff like that, I would say definitely getting this masterclass can help you to guide you to the next level, all right? On the other side, guys, if you are to the point where you're still struggle to make a simple vanilla walk cycle, a simple jump animation, a very simple parkour shot, then this masterclass might be a little bit too advanced for you. That doesn't mean you will never get it. You can just get it in the future, right? But maybe for now you need just to focus on your base of your body mechanics. One thing I wanted to clarify, that if you look at the video, if you look at the animation, every time the character does a strike, most of the time I'm exaggerating the moving hold, right? I could have removed that and have the character striking very quickly and going from one pose to another without moving hold. But for this tutorial specifically, what I want to show you, what I wanted to teach you, is how to be very confident about your posing and hold that pose for like 5 to 6, maybe 7 frames, right? And even after a very sharp and quick movement, show you how to do the proper moving hold without losing the sharpness, okay? So that's the reason why I decided to exaggerate it almost for every strike. However, another things I will recommend you guys, when you follow this tutorial, don't just follow blindly step by step what I did. Instead, try to listen to what I'm saying, try to understand the knowledge, the principle that I'm trying to teach you, and instead come up with your own variation of this animation, right? Maybe you want to use a different poses for some of the strike, maybe you want to use a different timing, different tempo. So maybe where I had some few moving holds, you want to remove them, for example. Maybe you want to adjust the choreography a little bit. Don't just copy one by one what I did, but instead try to add your own personality and try to add your own creativity on this tutorial, all right? And eventually I really hope, guys, that you will be able to come up with your own idea, your own combo choreography, and do something uniquely and it really represent your style. One more thing before I move forward, guys, I want to share. For many years you guys have been telling me this, right? Alessandro, you've been giving us amazing content and stuff like that. How can we reward you? How we can donate, you know, to support your channel and stuff like that? And I never asked for anything back because I didn't really want any kind of a charity. But if you really wanted to support this channel and all the work I've been doing for the last 4 to 5 years, getting this masterclass is the right way to do it. And of course, in exchange, you're gonna get some amazing content as well. This is the first time I spent more than a month to create this kind of premium content. So obviously I will observe how you guys perceive this kind of content, if you like it, if you want more. And obviously based on the result, I will consider in future to do more other masterclass. Could be something even more advanced when it comes camera and fighting with another character. I could go back to something more on the basic side and see how to explain to you the basic animation in a better way, in something more teachable, if you understand what I mean, right? I hope to receive a lot of support from you guys, from my hard work, and I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of you to be following me for all these few years. I really hope you enjoy this content and see you next time. Ciao guys.